Yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm back with another episode of Black Star Hoops. Today, I wanted to talk about some NBA awards I made up. These are made up awards, they're not real. It's kind of funny because my friend was laughing about this. I don't have like a game limit, 65 games, but if you didn't play enough games, I didn't include you. But first, I wanted to talk about a couple things. I think we all know the big news. Bam Adebayo had 83 points. He had 83 points yesterday, or 2 days ago now. Dude, amazing game. And something I wanted to get into was the controversy, which I don't even know how that's a thing. By the way, I hope that isn't too bright. Let me scoot over a little bit. The controversy of Bam Adebayo's 83-point game. As we all know, Bam had 43 free throws. He had 83 points. I think he had 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He had 2 steals and 2 blocks against the Washington Wizards. He played a good defensive game too. Wizards didn't play bad. I mean, they lost really bad. But at the beginning of the game, Alex Sarr looked really good. Will Riley ended pretty good. Sharif Cooper has been playing a lot. But that was a good game. And the first thing I thought of when I saw that was like, I just finished playing basketball. I get the noti that he had 67 at the time. He had 67. I'm like, oh, dude, I got to get home. So I text my friend. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Bam got 67 or 61. He had at the time. He had 61. And he messaged me, he said, no, 67. And I'm like, okay, he ended with 67. He puts a little star by it because he mistyped. He said 77. Bro, I was going to 7-Eleven. I got a friend over at 7-Eleven. I always go to 7-Eleven and get some snacks after I play, some electrolytes or something. Bro, I'm in there checking the stats. 81. He had 81 points. And I'm tweaking now. I'm tweaking. This dude's trying to talk to me. I'm like, yo, like, I gotta go. Like, this is getting crazy. I'm still talking. 83. He broke Kobe's record, bro. I'm tweaking at this point. I'm tweaking. I gotta go. I drive home. I'm shaking. I was like, this can't be real. He has 83 points. I didn't check the free throws. I didn't check the threes, none of that. I got home and I put the game on. I started from the beginning and I watched it. That first quarter, bro, he looked like Wilt. He looked like what the old heads say about Michael Jordan. Now, they're probably telling the truth. But he was hitting spin moves. He was dunking on dudes. He was hitting threes. He was lights out. That first half was amazing. Second half, he slows down. In the fourth quarter, he's hitting a lot of free throws. I don't really need to explain this. We probably all saw that game. If you didn't, go watch it. Go watch the whole thing. But the thing I want to get into here is the controversy. Now, I don't even know how to attack this beast, this monster of a topic. But man, like, just from the story, the little background I gave you, I like seeing the mic in just from the little background I gave you, that game, like, it meant a lot to me. I'm not a Bam fan, I'm not a Heat fan, but I am a basketball fan. And seeing a dude score 83, like, I don't give a fuck how you score 83. You scored 83 points. We watched this game to see performances like this. You might say, oh, I don't want to see 40 free throws. Well, then stop fucking fouling. Alex Sarr had, 3 in the first quarter? That's besides the point. We watch basketball to see performances like this. And to see how everyone reacted just made me feel bad. I know it doesn't matter. It's just, first off, it's just a game. Actually, no, take that back. First off, who cares what other people think? Second off, it's just a game, like kind of just a game. But we all spend so much time watching and dissecting the game that it's more than a game. It means a lot. And it meant a lot to me, that performance. But people were just nitpicking. And I wanted to address some of these. It was like, okay, you're intentionally fouling at the end. And I'm like, didn't we do the same for D-Book? Like, it wasn't D-Book fouling. I didn't remember really. And I couldn't find any sources on this except one about the fouling at the end of the game, which I was able to find. But it's like, okay, you fouled in that final 2 minutes. It was funny because it's like, we're trying to see him hit this record. He had 76? So you're saying they're intentionally fouling. Like, realistically, if you take those points away of intentional fouls, he had 76? Okay. Like, he had fucking 76 instead of 83. Like, this is literally semantics. He had 76 fucking points, and you're arguing to me saying he didn't have 83. What a waste of time. How about we enjoy it? Thing number 2, it's 40 free throws, they're saying. And it's like, he got fouled. If you watch the game, he's getting fouled. Like, okay, at the end, it was like watching middle schoolers play. It's like they're throwing 4 dudes. They're not moving their feet. They're just coming right at him. And he's just throwing the ball up. It was like middle school ball. But it was like he was getting fouled. He was hitting his free throws, which was impressive. I mean, what did he do? 36 for 40? It's like after 42 minutes of basketball, you still got the strength to hit those? Impressive. But I guess me having this conversation is even taken away from the game. Overall, it was a lot of fun. And it meant a lot. It was so much fun to watch. It was like ridiculous. It was kind of stupid. Bam had a charge, and they had challenged Eric Spoelstra challenged it just cause like it was so funny. And then I'm pretty sure Brian Keefe challenged something else. It was just a shit show, but it was a lot of fun. And it kind of, I was talking to my girlfriend and my roommate, pretty much everyone. Like I said, I talked to everyone about basketball. Was how records don't mean too much anymore. And it was like, I think KD got above, who was it, Wilt? KD broke someone's record against the Trailblazers earlier this year. And then Khan broke Steph Curry's record, which they made it sound like Steph Curry was number one, but he wasn't. But Khan had broke his record, Steph's record for threes. Julian Champagny had broken the Spurs franchise record for points, 3-point shots, I think, which was very impressive as well. It's just, you see a lot of records being broken. It's almost like it doesn't matter. And in back then, it wasn't too much of a big deal. But now it's like, this game just put it all into perspective. It's like, does no one want to just enjoy the thing we like? Like, yeah, it really sucks that Kobe's record was broken that way, which, by the way, my friend Isaiah, he's a Lakers fan. So I understand he wasn't hating like that. But I understand his point of saying like, okay, you broke Kobe's, but you shot fucking 40 free throws. I'm like, if I'm a Lakers fan, I would be upset too. I wouldn't be happy about it, which he still gives him his props and is saying, hey, he had 83. It's impressive. You can't just score 83. Because it's like, we all remember Kobe's last game where he was taking every shot ever. And it was like, that was a lot of fun. That's what we watched the game for a game like that. Gordon Hayward stepping on the line on purpose, doing the lane violation. Overall, a great game. I'm ranting here. But something else, let's move on. Something I wanted to get into was injuries. A lot of guys have came back from injuries looking pretty good. Giannis has looked good. The star of the show, Jason Tatum's looked really good. I had his stats somewhere around here. Let me see. Yeah, Jason Tatum's looked really good since coming back. He's giving you 27 and 4. He's looked amazing. I think my only problem with him is his shooting. The shot isn't falling. He's shooting 39% from the field and 30% from three. But I think that'll come as he gets more reps in. I've been really impressed with Jason Tatum, but I wanted to move on and get into these awards. So I came up with, I don't know, like maybe 5 awards I came up with. Most of these are just kind of fun. Like I just made some shit up. Yeah, whatever. Let's just get into it. So I want to start my first award. It's Wigga of the Year. So Wigga of the Year is basically a white player who's performed exceptionally well. Now, I'm not trying to be a hater here, but I left out Jokic, Luka. Austin Reeves didn't play enough games. My friend was laughing. He said, you got a game restriction on made up awards? I was like, yeah, I do, low key. But it's only because he only played 39 games. But I took Jokic and Luka out because that'd be a boring award. So my honorable mentions obviously is Jokic, Luka, Austin Reeves, Dante DiVincenzo, and then Grayson Allen. He's played well too. For this award, I want to go over my top 3. Third, I had Colin Gillespie, my bad. He's shooting 42% from the field this year. Just balling, bro. Yeah, it seems like that guy doesn't miss. Like when he's taking a shot, doesn't matter how deep it is, he's shooting, it's going in. And he just like, he's got a like confidence to him. It's like kind of similar to Reed Shepherd, who I actually had him tied for third. So we have Colin Gillespie and Reed Shepherd tied. Reed Shepherd is only giving you 14, 3 and 3 and shooting 40%, well only, but he's shooting 40% from three. I know those stats don't really stand out, but I feel like compared to the beginning of the season, he's really improved. Like, I think the first game they played was that double OT game against the Thunder. That was a fun one. And Reed Shepherd just looked awful, bro. I was like, you're playing this dude? Like, he wasn't defending. He was like scared to get the ball and he wouldn't shoot. That's what I remember, like the first quarter of the season for Reed Shepherd. And coming in this last little quarter of the season, this last 18 games, he's looked like a completely different player, bro. Like the last 10 games, he's giving you 18 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Now, the Rockets got their own problems that we'll talk about, but he's been shooting 43% from the field, giving you 18 points. My second Wigga was Cooper Flagg, who's giving you 20 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. He just came back. He might have been number one, but he just got injured and he sat out a lot. But he can do everything. I mean, I've already talked about him a couple times. He can rebound, he can shoot, he can get to the mid-range, he can get to the basket, he can defend. There's nothing Cooper Flag can't do. And I think he's going to be generational, bro. Like, everyone throws that word around, but might be true. But the star of the show, number one, I think we all know who it is. It's Con Canepa from the Charlotte Hornets is my number one. Give you 19 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he's shooting 44% from 3. That is unheard of for a guy like that. Like a rookie coming in to the Charlotte Hornets. He's been a baller, bro. Like, he could put the ball on the floor. He gives you effort on defense. He really does everything. So that is my Wigga of the year, and he played very well. I'm happy with all these guys. I'm really impressed with Reed Shepherd. I know he's third, but his come up this season, like, he looks like a completely different player. They need to test him. Like, they got Paul George. He might be on something. I'm not sure. But next one, this is a fun award. I have some good clips for this one. I have my Hype Man of the Year. So Hype Man of the Year basically means you're making plays. We all know those as dunks, but I kind of put into account dunks, blocks, deep threes, all that kind of fun stuff. And my number one, I bet you wouldn't guess. If you can guess, then comment it and I'll probably give you $1 or something. We'll figure it out. But in third, I have Wemby. We all know what Wemby can do, bro. He gets crazy blocks. He gets crazy dunks. And he shoots deep threes. It's like almost like a 2K character. Yeah, he's amazing. I'll put some clips up. I've seen like plays where it's like he could do this every time, but he decides to do it. He'll just be dribbling. He picks it up, boom, boom, runs in. He just dunks over like 4 dudes, bro. Insane. I love Wemby. I love his defense. In second, I have Anthony Edwards. Actually, they just got whooped last night against the Clippers, but Anthony Edwards played a good game. He does everything similar to Wemby. He'll give you those dunks. He'll hit clutch threes. But I think he's the hype man just because he talks the most trash while he's beating your ass. Like when he hit, I'll pull the clip up when he hit that 3. He's like, oh, I fucking do this. I was so like, hey, he does this. You can't even complain. You can't argue. So I have him. A notable dunk was that one on, I think it was John Collins when he was on the Utah Jazz where he went to concussion protocol after getting dunked on. And then I think he also dunked on that Asian dude on the Raptors. But was that John Morant? I think it was Anthony Edwards. But yeah, Anthony Edwards is up there. He gets some highlight plays. But my number one, and when I put clips of this, I'll put some clips in here. I think you'll agree with me. Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy of the New Orleans Pelicans is my number one hype man of the year. He's won that award. What stuck out to me was he was third in dunks, taking out every big. So obviously there's bigs that are getting more dunks. Your Rudy Gobert's, your Amen Thompson. I guess Amen Thompson's not a big, but he's going to stay in that dunker spot and just put it in. Trey Murphy's not a big. He's like lanky, but he can shoot. He's stretching the floor. He takes he's entertaining because he takes those deep ass threes. He's like a crazy lob threat, and he can get up on dunks. So Trey Murphy was my number one. Disappointing season from the Pelicans, but congrats to Trey Murphy for Hype Man of the Year. Next, I have Best Pickup. So my best pickup was pretty much someone you picked up in the off season or you traded for halfway through the season. That's All-Star break trade deadline. So I had 3 dudes in my running, and I had an honorable mention that was Ayo Dosunmu. His stats didn't really stand out to me. I know he's been good, but it wasn't enough to make the list. Third, I have Luke Kennard. He's only played 15 games for the Lakers, but he's averaging 20 minutes, 10 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's shooting 50% from 3. Granted, it's only 3 attempts, but he's shooting 50% from 3. So he's hitting a little bit over 1.5 threes per game. And they're good shots. He could put the ball on the floor. I haven't watched that much Lakers, but I remember when he was on the Clippers, he'll get to that midi too. And the same, I think it was the Grizzlies. He was getting to that midi. Overall, a really good piece for really any team. He's kind of like that Duncan Robinson type of player, which, speaking of Duncan Robinson, I was watching the Pistons the other day. I got the notes here. It was the Cavs Pistons. This was like 2 weeks ago because I was out, so I didn't record a video. But why don't they play Kevin Huerter? They got Kevin Huerter from the Bulls, if I recall. And he's just withering away on the bench. I think he's like your backup, but he's just withering away on the bench. I know he's your backup for if something happens to Duncan Robinson, but there was a few games where he was like shooting the Pistons out of the game. He was like 0 for 8 on a couple games or something. And I'm like, are we not going to put Kevin Huerter in the game? He could shoot. I mean, I think so. Anyways, Luke Kennard, He's a very dependable Swiss Army knife. He could shoot, and he was a good pickup for the Lakers. Moving on, I have Tim Hardaway. So he's played 64 games for the Denver Nuggets. I think they actually just whooped the Rockets last night as well. I was watching that game at lunch today at work, and I think I only made it halfway through. Dude, what's up with these Rockets? We'll get to them later. But he's been really good. He's dependable. He's a very good shooter. It says he's shooting 41% from three, but it feels much higher than that. Like, he's automatic coming off that bench. And he's giving you 14 points per game, an assist, and 2 rebounds. Really, you have him to shoot the ball. And he's really good at that. Like, he's got a nice stroke, and he's been a really good pickup for the Denver Nuggets, because Cam Johnson, I guess he's been doing better, but at the beginning of the season, was he not playing? I think he wasn't playing, and he was playing bad when he did play. So I think Tim Hardaway was a really good pickup, especially when you traded MPJ for Cam Johnson, who's not producing nearly the same value that Porter Jr. was giving you. Luckily, you just got Aaron Gordon back, who looked really good against the Thunder. But when it comes to production, I think Tim Hardaway is really keeping you afloat in that shooter's position. But my number one, the winner of the Best Pickup Award, is going to go to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's played 62 games for the Atlanta Hawks. He came from Minnesota, I'm pretty sure. And he's giving you 20 points, 4 assists, 3.5 rebounds, shooting 38% from the field. The Atlanta Hawks aren't doing too good. They're 34-31, but they're on a 7-game win streak. So I'll give them that. He's been a really good pickup, especially running with a guy like Jalen Johnson, who's like, he's getting the rebound. He's just running. This is like a guy who could really, he could thrive off that type of system. He could shoot the ball really well. He can do a lot of things very well. I'm happy with Nickeil. He can even defend. Congrats to Nickeil. He's been playing a really good season. And I think he's been a really good pickup for the Atlanta Hawks, who didn't have a season like they thought they would. I mean, they got Jonathan Kuminga, but you lose Porzingis. You didn't expect to lose Trae Young, but you did. So having Nickeil here has been a bright spot along with Jalen Johnson. Moving on to my next award, I have Surprise Team of the Year. So first we have an honorable mention. I have the Philadelphia 76ers. So they're not doing too well. I think they're, 7th seed, 6th seed for right now. I don't know if they won their game yesterday, but I have them as an honorable mention because they're not really a surprise. I think they're more surprising when it comes to how interesting they are and how fun they are to watch, rather than they're surprising the rankings. Like, they're not doing anything really crazy. Paul George is out. Tyrese Maxey's been really entertaining. VJ Edgecomb's been like really good. Paul George looked good when he was playing. Same with Embiid. He's looked good this season as well. But they're not really making any moves to like do anything. So I guess, you know what? I only have 2 teams here, but real quick, I'll throw a third team in there. The Charlotte Hornets. That's a surprise team as well. I don't think anyone expected them to be playing like this. LaMelo's been looking good. Brandon Miller's been good. Both those dudes were already good, but luckily both of them are on the healthier side. And then obviously you have Khan, Ryan Kalkbrenner, and Moussa Diabate, all good pickups who have been really good for the team. My number 2 team for this award was the Boston Celtics, who are 43-22. This was the biggest surprise. Like, I actually was watching I don't remember what NBA YouTuber I was watching, but someone in the comments was like, bro, I was telling everybody the Celtics were going to be like a 50-win team or something. And I had a comment. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to lie. You're the first person that I've heard say that. And like in my head, I'm like, I totally believe this guy because no one else has said this. LeBron might have knew. But besides that, I don't think anyone knew the Celtics were going to be this good. So I have to have him in this position. I've been so impressed with Hugo Gonzalez, bro. He can do everything. Like, I was checking his numbers and they weren't that good. Like, his numbers are average. But when you watch him play, he does everything. He's getting steals, blocks. He can hit timely shots. Same with Luka Garza, man. I think lately he's been stretching the floor really good. He's been hitting threes. This has just been an exciting team. And you got Neemias Queta, Derek White, like a lot of good players on this team. And we did not expect them to be this good. And then you throw Tatum back into the mix. Tatum is giving you 27 and 4, like I said earlier. He's been looking good. So when we get to the playoffs, this could be a scary team, bro. I need to see a rematch of, was it last night's game or 2 nights ago? Spurs Celtics. Because we lost Jaylen Brown, arguing with the ref, calling them all types of names. But yeah, I would love to see this team in the finals against the Spurs. Yeah, real quick though, I don't like hating, but just so everyone knows, I'm not a Thunder fan. I don't like the Thunder. So if you ever hear me talking about a team getting out the West, it's not going to be the Thunder. I respect them, but I just don't like them, man. Moving on to my number 1 surprise team. The winner of this award is going to go to the Phoenix Suns. I feel like this one was pretty obvious. They're 38 and 27. So they've improved from last year when they were 36 and 46, which is crazy because this roster wasn't projected to be anything crazy. As a matter of fact, I checked their projections, and ESPN projected 32 wins with a 1% playoff percentage, which they already have destroyed that projected 32 games. And we all know they're going to make the playoffs as long as they can stay out the play-in, which the Clippers are on your ass, bro. The Clippers are going to make the playoffs. Just beat Kawhi Leonard's 45. He didn't miss. I think he shot, 80% from the field. It's funny. I got the disappointment award. Clippers could be both a surprise team and a disappointing team because we started this season so bad and we came back and we're looking so good now. Back to the Suns, who should be the star of the show. They're the fourth best shooting team in the NBA right now. They're shooting 36% from three. And I think it all boils down to all these players that they picked up and all these players that have stepped up. I've got a list of them here. Obviously, we got Grayson Allen, who's giving you 17 points, 4 assists, and a steal and a half, shooting 35%. We have Colin Gillespie, who's averaging 14, 5, and 4, shooting 43%. Last year, he was averaging 6 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Obviously, his role has moved up. Jalen Green was out. I think Devin Booker's been injured sometime. So, he's had to step up, but he's done such a good job in shooting that basketball, and it's been a major part of the team. And then obviously Dillon Brooks. He's like the star of the show here besides Devin Booker. He's averaging 21, 2, and 4. And he's increased from last season, which was 14 points per game. Obviously, it's a different system, but I don't think anyone saw Dillon Brooks playing like this. Like, he's been hitting step backs, and next was Mark Williams. Hey, I bet you the Lakers wish they made this trade now. Unfortunately, he's been injured, so he's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. But for the most part, he's been healthy this season, which was the biggest issue. I think he failed that physical, but he's averaging 12 and 8, and he's giving you a block a game. Mark Williams has been a good hustle guy. Like, he's on the boards, he's dunking, he's exciting. But I kind of wish he'd gone to the Lakers because dominating hasn't been doing it. Mark would have been a good player for that team. And then next we had Rasheer Fleming and Maluach. They haven't been that good, but the other night against the Hornets, they played really well. Rasheer Fleming was hitting a bunch of threes, and I looked at his game log. He's been shooting well. And then lastly was Jalen Green, who just came back. He's been pretty good. In his last 10, he's giving you 18 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. He's been a lot of fun. Like, he's been getting fun dunks, fun layups, crazy threes, all the interesting stuff that happens in basketball. He'll give it to you. The one thing about him is his shot selection could use some work. He's just taking deep threes. Sometimes he doesn't need to. It's kind of a hard watch sometimes, but when he's not doing that, he looks really good. It's a lot of fun. Moving on, I have my disappointing team. We had our surprising team, which was the Phoenix Suns. But let's move on to our disappointing team. My honorable mention is going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. We were projected to win 48 games and had a 91% chance to make the playoffs. It has not gone according to plan. I think we started out 6 and 21. I think this is the first team in NBA history to start that bad and be over 500. We're 2 games over now. So yeah, the Clippers have been looking good. The only reason I didn't include them in this is because they've been so good recently. Otherwise, they definitely would have been in this list. And I'm going to say the list how I have it written down. But when I say this out loud and one of these teams has been performing very well recently, I think I might flip it. But I'll say it how I had it, and then we can go back. In third, I have the Hawks. They're very disappointing. They were projected to go 48 and 34, which is not the case as they're 34 and 31. So they're definitely not going to make their projection. And they had a 95% chance to make the playoffs, according to ESPN. Right now, they're the 9th seed. They're going to be in the play-in again, but without Trae Young. So I know they're disappointing, but you didn't really expect the Trae Young injury. You probably did expect Porzingis wasn't going to play. And then you definitely didn't expect Dyson Daniels' step back, bro. Not literal step back, his step back and play. He's shooting 13% from 3. Like, bro, I haven't been tuning in that much recently, but I remember earlier this season, it's like he's wide open on the 3, and they're just moving away from him. Like, go ahead. So this Hawks team, I mean, they're on this 7-game win streak, but when I was taking a look at it, it was like kind of a bunch of bummy teams. Like, I think last night they probably won because they played the Nets. You're on this win streak, but yeah, you're playing these bum teams, and it just didn't go according to plan. We did not expect this type of season. We thought they were going to be a for sure lock into the playoffs. You know what's funny though? I didn't believe this. I was like, something about this team is going to be good. I know I sound like LeBron, but you can ask people who know. You can ask people who know me. I did not believe in this team. In second place, this is controversial, But at 40-24, I have the Houston Rockets. They've been disappointing to me. And it's not like they've been a bad team. It's just they haven't looked good. And it might be recency bias, but dude, that game against the New York Knicks was just like bad. It was just frustrating to watch. Like, what are we doing? Blowing, what was it, a 20-point lead, an 18-point lead in the fourth quarter alone? Like, you can have lapses. Don't get me wrong. Every team has their lapses. OKC lost to the Spurs like 3 times. But it's like, why are we losing in this kind of fashion where it's like, this isn't going to fly in the playoffs? I'm hoping because this team's a little bit slower, the playoffs, this will translate a little bit better. But it's like, I took a look. They got bad creation. They have no creation. Sometimes you can't even get Kevin Durant the ball, which is like in the playoffs, you're going to need to get Kevin Durant the ball. And if you're rejecting that, there's not much else you can do except hope Reed Shepherd can hit 1,000,000 threes. And then the next thing was they had the 6th most turnovers. You might as well put them first in turnovers because the only people they were behind was the Blazers, the Nets, the Jazz, the Wizards, and the Warriors. So realistically, every single one of these teams is buns. And you're trying to tell me you're a contender and you're 6th most in turnovers. Realistically, we're going to say you're number 1 because I don't give a damn about any of these teams ahead of you. It's just so disappointing. And it's like you're losing to the Spurs. You lost to the Spurs the other day. Kevin Durant just looked angry. I don't know. I'll pull the clip up. He straight threw it to Ben Thompson's feet. I was watching the game. I was like, really, dude? He threw the ball to Ben Thompson's feet on an inbound after you guys were getting whooped. Me and my girlfriend were watching it. It's the fourth quarter. I'm like, I'm done watching this. You choked to the Knicks. I will say they had a good win against the Magic the other day. But it's like, why are we coming up from behind the Magic? Which granted, the Magic have been playing very well recently. Overall, I think the Rockets still have a chance, and that's why I have the number 2 here. Realistically, it's like kind of clickbait. You don't even need to put them in this list of disappointing teams. But I expected more out of them. I mean, they're 40-24, which is the 3rd seed. But I'm pretty sure 3 through 6 in the West is all the same. Like we all have, we're below. Clippers are 9th or something. These teams all have the same record. So realistically, you're not even really the 3rd seed. You're between like 3rd and 6th. But my most disappointing team, and like looking back at this, I think I would switch with the Hawks and put the Hawks 1 and this team 3. But I got the Orlando Magic, who are 35-28, and were projected to go 48-34. So they could hit their projection still. Right now, they're the 7th seed, which would have been a playoff team in the past, but they'll be in the play-in. It kind of sucks because you didn't expect a Franz injury, which just sucks a lot. But luckily, you've had Desmond Bane, who's looked good. His last 10, he's giving you 24, 4, and 4. Shooting almost 50% from threes, giving you 46% from the three-point line. Luckily, you got Anthony Black and Tristan da Silva. Both of them have been really good. I really like Anthony Black. He took a step up. Tristan da Silva, I don't know if he really took a step up. I think he's always been good. His role is just not as big as these other guys. But if he needs to, he could step up. He could hit threes. He can get to the rim. I'm a big fan of Tristan da Silva as well. So I guess I really have nothing but good things to say, it sounds like. But I think that's more recently because they've been on a win streak as well. Banchero's been good. Like, his stats are good. But I don't know. He's kind of a hard watch for me sometimes. He's taking, like, KD shots. And it's like, I don't know, man. I think you're, like, 6'10". Just get to the rim, bro. And even when he gets to the rim sometimes, I've seen him miss some lays. It's like, I don't know, is the focus not there or what? But I don't remember who I was watching, but they were saying the Orlando Magic could get the Cavs treatment where you get rid of Jamal Mosley and you bring in your Kenny Atkinson. I don't know who that would be, but you bring in your version of that. And you have the roster and the tools to be a very good team, but maybe it's your coaching that's just not putting it together. I don't know. Overall, something about this Orlando team just hasn't been like fun. Maybe it's just not fun to watch. I haven't enjoyed watching this team. Last time I enjoyed watching them was against the Rockets. I think Javon Carter was like, he was on his big one. I think he's had a couple games of hitting some good threes. But overall, I got the Orlando Magic as my most disappointing team. And you know what? I'm going to flip it. My most disappointing team is the Hawks. The Orlando Magic will be 3rd. Moving on. This is a fun award. It's pretty obvious. So I have my old head of the year. The criteria I used for my old head was you had to be 34 plus. So these are older players. I have a few honorable mentions, and those are LeBron James, Stephen Curry. LeBron has looked different. I don't know what the word is. But then there's Steph Curry, who's looked amazing, but he's been dealing with some injuries, so I put on my honorable mentions. Moving into the list, I have CJ McCollum at 3. And I got CJ McCollum here is because of his consistency. So he's always giving you good performances, but I remember these were some notable performances. He had 42 twice. Well, he had 40 twice in November. He had 42 and 46. And then just the other day, he gave 38 points. He can still hit a midi. He can hit a 3. He can't defend, but he could do everything else. I'm a fan of CJ McCollum. And he's one of those players you could put on any team, and he'll look good. So shout out to CJ McCollum. Moving on, number 2, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant has been amazing. He's averaging 26, 4.5 assists, and then 5.5 rebounds. He's shooting 51% from the field, taking contested twos, contested threes, contested everything, and he's giving you 41% from 3. Something I like about Kevin Durant has been his defense. I guess he's always been a defender. I remember in Golden State, he was trying to rebrand as a defender, which was, he's still pretty good at defense. He's getting blocks. I like his help defense. He'll help over and get some blocks sometimes. And he's been leading the Rockets. I mean, yeah, I had them as a disappointing team, but realistically, they're good. I don't think they're up there with the Thunder and the Spurs, but realistically, the Rockets are a good team, and it's because of Kevin Durant. If there's no KD, this is not a good team. A couple stats that show his defense, which I thought were surprising, was he was in the 95th percentile in rim defense. So opponents shoot minus 11% at the rim when he's guarding shots. So if you're shooting 80% when KD is guarding you, you're down to 70. But overall, he's a good defender, and he's got the shot quality. He was the 98th percentile in shot quality, which is surprising to me because all he takes is contested shots. But I guess it's the quality. They're good shots for him, and they go in. So he's averaging 26. But moving on to my number 1 player, I've got Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is my old head of the year. This one should have been obvious. He's averaging 28 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, shooting 50% from the field. So Kawhi has been amazing. This season, it's like he's turned back the clock. Me and my friends on Xbox, we play 2K a lot, and we basically talk about basketball the whole time. And we were saying, is this Kawhi's best year? I mean, obviously, offensively, it is. I mean, he's averaging his highest points. He dropped 45 last night, so that 28 points might have gone up a half a point or something. We're 26 and 11 since December 20th. And the thing is, I remember that off the top of my head because we beat the Los Angeles Lakers on December 20th. I was hanging out with my friend having some drinks. So he's 26 and 11. The Clippers 26 and 11 since December 20th, which has been amazing. And I look at this source called Crafted NBA. It's where I like to look at a lot of the stats. Not all of them, but most of them is on Crafted NBA. And he was 4th in a Crafted plus minus. So Crafted NBA uses all these random stats and assortments of stats and calculations to come up with just a plus minus. It's their own proprietary calculation, I guess. He was 4th in plus minus behind SGA, Jokic, and Wemby. To be that good and to be 34, and we all know his injury history. This is an impressive, historic season, in my opinion. I don't think we've seen LeBron James. This is a very impressive season. And I think the Clippers, I was on the train of sell Kawhi. I don't like when they say sell players, especially. Let me rephrase. Trade Kawhi while we still can. Like, while his value is this high, he's playing, he's not injured. But I just want to ride it out. Pause. Whoa, okay. I just want to let it go. Let him stay and let him play till they can't anymore. Especially with Benedict Mathurin, Darius Garland, all that stuff. This team has looked good. My final award, I got the Robin Award. So this is the second in command. So this is like your James Hardens, your Julius Randles, those type of guys. So my honorable mentions was James Harden, Julius Randle, De'Aaron Fox, and AR-15, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves, obviously, for the restriction, he didn't play enough games in my opinion. But Harden's looked really good. Even after the hand injury, I think he put up 30 last night. Julius Randle's looked good. De'Aaron Fox has looked really good too, but I don't think he's really a Robin. It's because you got so many good players on that team. So third, I got Karl Anthony Towns, who's giving you 20 points, 3 assists, and 12 rebounds. He's shooting 50% from the field and 37 from 3. He started the season off slow, but he's been much better as of recent. And a couple things that surprised me was I wanted to put him on higher, but just I feel like he wasn't having a good season. I knew he was having a good season, but wasn't great like these other two guys. But these stats really surprised me. He was 7th in win shares. This season he was 7th, which was I think he was just behind Wemby, Shea, all those other dudes. He was above Jalen Brunson, and he was 5th in defensive win shares. And I know defensive win shares isn't really a real stat. It's a lot goes into it. But the reason I say this is because I think he's overhated on defense. I don't think his defense is as bad as people make it out to be. As a matter of fact, I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's great, but it's good. It's serviceable. And I think it's enough to where I don't know why this is a topic of conversation. I wanted to go over his plus and minus. So not his plus minus. I meant his on-off numbers with Jalen Brunson. So when Jalen Brunson and Cat are on the floor at 1,100 minutes, you got an offensive rating of 122 and a defensive rating of 115. So when these two dudes are on the floor, you're winning by 6, which is pretty obvious because this is a good New York team. But what surprised me was without Brunson, you got a net of 11. So you're winning these games by 11 in 685 minutes, which is a pretty big chunk of time. And your offensive rating increases by 1 to go to a 122, but your defensive rating decreases by 5. I guess in hindsight, now that I'm thinking about it, that's pretty obvious. You're taking Jalen Brunson out and you're replacing him. Jalen Brunson gives effort, but he's not a defender, so it actually makes sense that your defensive rating drops a little bit. By the way, if you didn't know, your defensive rating is better or lower, because I'm pretty sure defensive rating is something about how much your opponent scores. So you want a lower defensive rating, you want a higher offensive rating. So yeah, Cat's been a good number 2 punch to Jalen Brunson, especially recently. He's been playing very well against the Clippers. I think he had 35 and like 15 rebounds. He was amazing. So yeah, I like Cat a lot, but these other 2 dudes kind of beat him out. This second one might be controversial too. I have Derek White. I have Derek White as my second Robin. And the reason is he's just played really good. He's had a good role. He started out a little slow. He was like on and off, but he's been good. His on and off numbers were even, not on and off. Yeah, on and off numbers. They're even crazier than Karl Anthony Towns. With him and JB on the floor, Jaylen Brown, they had a 122 offensive rating and a 113 defensive rating and a +8 net, which isn't surprising because it's a really good Boston Celtics team. But without Brown, in 640 minutes, they have a +20 net. And I'm not sure how that works. Is it that they're already up? The perfect Robin for really any team. I feel like you could throw him anywhere and he has the tools. He'll defend, he'll shoot, he can get to the rim. He can even pass a little bit. And the kicker is he's giving you 1.2 steals per game and 1.4 blocks. My winner for the Robin Award is Jamal Murray, which interestingly enough, his on and off numbers were the worst out of any of these guys. But I think it's hard to have better numbers with Jokic off the court unless you got like Michael Jordan or LeBron James or something. So I think having way worse numbers with Jokic off kind of makes sense. And along with the fact that he played well when Jokic wasn't playing, he's been healthy, and his on-off numbers aren't terrible without Jokic, but we know they're a 1-2 punch. So if you game plan for one, the other one's going to do his thing. Jamal is giving you 25 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, shooting 43% from the 3-point line. I think he just scored 30 the other night against the Houston Rockets. He looked really good. I'm a big fan of when they like dribble handoff to him and he comes around, he either takes that 3 or that midi. Always looks good. I feel like it goes in every time. Along with his step back. He's got like a left elbow step back that always looks good too. But getting onto his on and off numbers, when both of these dudes are on the court, which is about 1,200 minutes, your offensive rating is a 130. That's crazy. And then your defense is a 117 with a net of +12. So yeah, I guess we know when these two, like when they're on the court together, you're going to probably win. It's not really a big problem. It's when Jokic is off that kind of like threw me off, because they have 770 minutes with no Jokic, which we know he was injured. Jokic was injured earlier, so it kind of makes sense. But your offensive rating drops down to a 119 and your defensive rating raises up to a 120 and your net is a -2. In my last video, I had him on my All-NBA third team. He could be second team. There's just a lot of good guys. But overall, Jamal Murray is like the perfect Robin to Jokic specifically. And the reason I think it's Jokic specifically is because on any other team, Jamal Murray is a number 1. Let's be real. He's giving you 25, 7, and 4 playing with Jokic. I think if you put Jamal Murray on really any other team, he's a number 1. So for him to be able to play this role with Jokic is it's really cool. He's able to be selfless and play the role he fits into, which I'm a fan of. So shout out to Jamal Murray for being my Robin of the Year. But that's all I really had for this one. I was gonna do best whistle and worst whistle. I didn't do that. We'll do best whistle. I'm gonna give that to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo is my best whistle. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Let me think. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent. I was actually out. Me and my girl went to Disneyland the other day for a couple days. So I was back in my mom's house. This is my apartment, but I was back in my mom's house. So I was not able to record. I have another video in the works, but I wanted to do a little bit more research on it, be a little bit more informed to make the video make a little bit more sense. So I'll start working on that after I get this out. But overall, yeah, shout out to Bam and his 83-point game. It was amazing. It really sucks to see people can't just enjoy it, but it is what it is. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.